Should I guess right now that we're already recording, Aristotle? Yeah, this has all been recording, right? You know what I'm saying? This isn't house rules.
We told you when we started Y'all Ever, it wasn't going to be a podcast anymore. It's just going to be us talking. No recording, you cat cop fucking dick.
Aristotle,
Dude.
this is TV. This isn't a podcast.
Yeah, man, it's not HBO.
Do you think when they started HBO, they pointed to The Soprano, Tony Soprano, and he was already in mid conversation, and they're like, by the way, The Sopranos already started.
When Henry Box Office started HBO, do you think that he had a dude there recording everything he fucking said? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Y'all Ever. I'm Dave Ross.
Hi, I'm Hampton Yunt.
And this is our first ever non-suicide podcast.
I feel pretty bad. I don't know.
Too.
I could get there.
Me too.
I think it could happen.
I could always go, at any moment.
Oh, no.
Why did I start a suicide podcast? Because I want to, die.
Nothing's more relatable, but
than death.
We wrung out every item of truth and funniness out of that, and now we're on to bigger and better things.
It's true, man. We no longer will we ever talk about mental illness ever again, because we're both fine, and everyone we know is fine.
Dave, I'm dying on the inside.
We know, Hampton.
Everything's dark. I open my eyes and everything's dark.
This show should be called Everything's Dark.
Y'all ever be dark?
Y'all ever dark? Man, you found yourself at the only relatable podcast on earth. What we're going to do is we're just going to hear your stories and let you know that you're not alone. Fucking email us, y'alleveremail@gmail.com, or call us 802-43-BUTTS.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
Thank you. I know. It's like I rehearsed it, dude.
I've done no prep for this.
Dude, I've been working for... can we also fucking talk about... The show is new. We have new artwork that was made by Henry Yunt.
No.
I don't know how we met him. I don't know where we got him.
It's my older brother. It's not Henry. Henry does a lot of our other work.
Henry did make our logo.
Oh, sorry. Henry made our logo. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. The art. The art for the... Oh, you meant the... We don't need to talk about that. We don't. Yeah, we are very
the
soon
hentai.
Gonna
That was a different sibling. We keep him in a basement. He makes fun hentai.
His name
Simpsons.
is Hentai Yunt. They all start with H's. It's all Henry, Hampton, and Hentai.
My parents give me a little foxtail. My diaper, Hentai Yunt.
It's Hampton, but he's a little crazy. It's weird because you're the one with all the shit on Pornhub.
I'm sexually attracted to Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't help it.
Who isn't?
I
Dr.
mean,
Robotnik, that's who. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed,
I'm so happy with myself. You should see my face.
Did you know the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie has already some scenes up on Mr. Skin?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I heard that Sonic shows his tits for just a second. It's not enough for it to be a full nudity. It's like a brief nudity rating on HBO.
I'm calling up Hentai Yunt right now. Okay, yeah, Sonic's got to have multiple tits, and they got to be fast.
Actually, I don't know if you saw this, but when they originally released the screenshots of Sonic, they were like, well, you got to make Sonic's tits bigger. They look like human tits, and they should look like...
Yeah, we got to change this. Yeah, they send it back to Hollywood. No, it's way off. His tits are not nearly big enough.
Hedgehog tits are way more...
We're talking like Dolly Parton Playboy titties in your face. Sonic. That's Sonic!
Hentai boobs.
Dude, the funniest comic who did a dumb joke like that was Chris Locke.
Oh, I love Chris so much, dude.
He's on Twitter, and
he's a Toronto guy.
Fucking amazing videos, just filming himself with his fucking phone. And he did one about Sonic the Hedgehog when it was all people being mad that Sonic didn't look right, and that was his take, just screaming into the phone like, Sonic doesn't look good! Change it back! And I retweeted it so many times. I was like, I've never been more proud of you. This guy, and just follow this man.
Chris, actually, I would love it, Chris, if you would, specifically you, Chris, if you would leave voicemails at 802-43-BUTTS.
Oh,
How great would it be if Chris... Dude, he and I were hanging out in Toronto when I was just there, and he was like, hey, I just wrote this new bit. Can I play it for you? And it was just a bit about man-spreading, and it was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Please call us and talk about manspreading or anything, dude.
Y'all
I
ever
love you.
experienced some manspreading?
Dude, yeah, you'll ever be a victim to manspreading? Man, I'm
Yes.
fucking.
Yes,
I don't know. I'm so pumped for this new show. We have a new logo. We have a new fucking theme song that you just heard.
We're no longer suicidal.
Yeah, dude, I'm fine. I'm fine. New art. I'm fine.
New art, I'm fine.
I'm fine, and we have new music. New art. I'm good, and a new song.
My dad never touched me. New art. Everything's going good in my career, and new song.
Yeah, dude. New logo. I didn't get abused anymore. My past is different, and the music is new.
Do you think that's what's going to happen as soon as they invent a time machine?
People are gonna go back and
someone
kill their parents.
No. Damn.
Unabuse me. What the fuck, dude? I don't know.
Well, they unveil the time machine and they're like, look, it is a time machine. Can go to any point in time. And another guy's like, out of my way. And he just jumps in. He goes back in time and beats up his parents right away.
Beats up his dad, fucks his mom.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally, dude. That's what I would do. Well, you don't want to have sex with your mom?
Oh, you've got
Kill
to.
Hitler, beat up your dad, fuck your mom. The 3 R's,
It's
dude.
like going to Paris and not having an eclair. If you're going to go back in time, you have to fuck your mom.
Having sex with your family. The Eiffel Tower of traveling time.
I don't know what sexuality it is. I'm just Marty McFly syndrome. I need to go. It's not like I want to fuck my mom. It has to be in the past. I have to see old-timey cars. I have to hear, Mr. Sandman in the background.
This is all a long way of saying that our brand new theme song is written and recorded by Stephen Babcock, the lead singer and songwriter of Pup, who you heard if you listened to Suicide Buddies, the last what we used to do. We interviewed him, and I've done a lot of shit with him. He's the fucking best. Check out Pup. At Pup the Band on everything, and he's Stephen Babcock. He's
I know.
He's
I'm
best.
so appreciative. It's like I'm amazed.
I know he sent it to us, and we were like, "Oh, that's like a good song. That's like a great thank you for."
I felt really bad.
It only took you 30 seconds to write an absolutely perfect song, so thank you.
And until Bernie Sanders is president, we can only pay him in sandwiches.
Oh yeah. By the way,
and wishes.
We're pre-recording this episode on Super Tuesday, and it's like.
Who knows?
6 p.m. So results are coming in.
Who knows?
Biden won Virginia, and Bernie won Vermont. Yeah, you.
Sorry.
First of all,
I apologize on behalf of all virgins. I'm sorry.
Virginia is for virgins. That's what they say.
Virginia is for fucking virgins.
Yeah, well, they voted for Biden. It clearly fucking is. The Democrats in Virginia are a bunch of morons.
So sad.
Man.
I'm so sorry.
It's crazy, dude.
I'm so sorry.
He's so old and stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's my problem with Biden.
I'm trying to lay off that stuff, but then today I was kind of tweeting. I'm like, you know what? I hate to get political like this right on the first fucking episode, but I was like, let's just look at this from a strategy standpoint. It is the dumbest fucking move in the world to run the person who literally just got implicated in the impeachment fiasco.
Right.
Wherever you stand on that, that's what Trump's going to lead with and be like, this guy's fucking corrupt, and he's going to drag his fucking ass around on this.
Yeah,
and it's
of
course.
course.
We saw this with Hillary and her doing literally fucking nothing.
Yes.
It's like, dude, you gave him. In sports, I believe they called this an alley-oop. It's like, oh, by the way, my son maybe is corrupt and my whole family. Anyway, vote for me. We'll see.
I love also the idea, dude, that it's an alley-oop in all sports. I believe in cricket, it's called an alley-oop. And
I believe this is the first time in golf we've ever seen an alley-oop. I believe Tiger Woods just hit the ball to his caddy, who has indeed alley-ooped it. This is the first time in the Masters tournament we've ever seen an
first
alley-oop.
ever baseball rebound happened today. Wow. Yeah. I do need to tell you, with regards to Biden, I do have a confession to make. I don't know anything that's ever happened in the news.
Oh, Dave,
I don't
love
know
it.
what
I love how
you're
much
talking about.
I love how much you are totally detached
I am,
from all of it.
Well, I'm so... It's
I ask
easy
you
because
stuff
of
and
how
you'll be like,
obsessed
"Yeah,
I
I have
am
no
with
idea."
myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And how
Well, that's not fair to you.
No,
Come
it
on,
is.
really?
No,
I think it's
am.
I think it's painful to like engage with that shit.
You don't know about my pain.
Podcast over. Roll credits. First podcast now with credits at the end.
Well, we have video.
Goddamn. No, I can't accept that because we are all obsessed in the entertainment field, but like I think you know how fucking shitty it is to engage with that stuff.
Yes. Okay, sure. Maybe it's underselling myself a little bit to say it's only because I'm self-obsessed. But also, I don't ever really know what's going on because I spend a lot of the day being like, is this okay?
It's even worse to be informed and then have to try and tweet dumb as shit stuff to just keep your sanity.
Man.
Because that's what I enjoy of the internet is
Right.
like, you see 50 tweets about something. You want the one tweet that's just like, my squatty potty tore off my dick. What should I do? Call an ambulance? Which is the kind of shit I tweet. Guys, at Hampton Young. But
I'm laughing this dumbass way because I have water in my mouth.
It's my squatty potty tore off my penis. What does that mean? Who should I vote for? I keep tweeting after all the coronavirus shit that keeps happening in the news. I keep tweeting like, okay, for the last time, just because I can't understand what the government's saying, what the local government's saying. If there's caca on my hands, should I wash it off? Hi, I'm 35 years old. And I'm covered in caca.
What's so funny?
What should I do?
We live the way that our world works right now is that someone says that, and then someone very professional says, "But what even is caca?" And the internet is like, "Don't shame him."
Mm-hmm. You're being very insensitive to coprophagia. If you enjoy eating shit right now, this person's not only fat shaming you because you're getting the calories from the shit, but you also eat the shit, which is shameful.
I'm a coprophagious coprophiliac. I fuck my shit before I eat it, and coronavirus is my fault.
Okay, I have caca all over my hands. Should I pee-pee it off? Should I pee-pee the caca off my hands? What if it's not my caca? What if it's another boy's caca?
Can I say one thing about coronavirus?
It sucks.
I mean, just have a Corona Light. You know what I mean? Just put down the Corona.
I believe in sports they call this a swish.
In all sports.
Yeah. Oh, dude, another.
Yo, I just dunked on coronavirus. Hey, man, your name is like a beer. Have you thought about that, you fucking disease?
Another Super Bowl swish from Dave Ross.
Super Bowl swish. Oh, wow.
Wimbledon swish from Dave Ross.
Wow. Net in one.
Oh, boy. No, it's...
No, I'm saying coronavirus, right? That's what it's called. But... Also, there's
everyone
the beer
has
Corona.
That is so sad that was a real story.
Oh,
that
I know,
sales
dude.
in Corona went down.
It's like 40%. It's like 40% of Corona drinkers are like, ooh, no, not for me. I can't.
It was at the same time the stock market was taking a huge dive, and I did look up Corona stock, and I was they're gonna come back, right? Like,
I'm sure.
Like, it's like trying to make money off of other people's misery. It's like,
I will say though, think about
it didn't work out.
Would you hang out with me if coronavirus was called Dave Ross? Probably not.
Oh, that's a very fair point.
People would be like, look, bro, you have to understand.
Mm-hmm. You gotta understand. Yeah, Lou Gehrig. I'm sorry, dude. I don't
look, bro.
You've got Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah, at least you're you.
You're you.
So you have that.
I'm worried I'm gonna catch you disease.
I mean, truly, I don't feel like I would have a corona right now, I guess is what I'm saying.
What? Dave,
No,
I
man.
have a surprise for you. No, I mean, really?
I'm a Michelob Ultra, man. I'm trying to lose some LBs, you know what I mean?
I do love Corona. It is
Do
sad
ya?
for me. But I also have not been really drinking beer, so,
Wow, cool.
come see. Yeah. Who cares,
No. I also love Corona. It's great. It reminds me of being on the beach and relaxing in Mexico.
The beach, where cruise ships dock.
Right.
Cruise ships.
It is so funny that people are like, I'm not going to drink Corona, but there's nothing about like...
Yeah, what? I'm going to go travel across the globe all around, like everyone's fucking traveling nonstop when they're like coughing and feeling ill. It's like, guys, stop. If I have the flu, I fucking stay home. Quit fucking traveling.
I know, dude.
Why are you all making your flights? You're puking blood, and you're like, I can't.
Great Wall.
I mean,
I wanted to see the Great Wall before I die of the disease I got there.
I mean, I get it. It's a financial hardship, but come on.
We're going to get into reading some emails y'all sent us at y'alleveremail@gmail.com. But first, let's promo our shit real quick, dude. We're both on tour very soon, like a week or so from now. This comes out March 12th, I believe. Aristotle, yes?
I don't love these hand gestures.
You don't like... Come on, dude. I'm doing finger guns. Come on, dude.
Coming at you. Road dates, road dog.
I'm going to be in the Southeast. All over Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Alabama. And then I'm also going to be on the East Coast with the Hard Times in April. And then in June, I'm going to be in Portland and Seattle and shit. Those dates, most of them are at my website, davetotheross.com. The ones in the Pacific Northwest will be there soon, I think. And yeah, that's what's up with me. Where are you at?
I've got some dates coming up. I'm going to be in Denver, Kansas City, Indianapolis, and Detroit, April 2nd through the 5th. Tickets at hamptonyount.com. And then coming up in the future, I'll be in Portland and Seattle doing some shows, and those tickets are already up. Well, actually, I think you can just RSVP, but at hamptonyount.com.
We're in Denver.
Can't wait for people to say hi on the road.
Same.
I just set it up today and yesterday. It's at the Denver Comedy Lounge.
Oh, dude, is it Ben Bryant? Dude, that shit
No,
rules.
it's Ben Kronberg.
Oh, Ben. Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard of this place.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's so dope. And
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna.
I love that city so goddamn much, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad it all kind of worked out within about 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's what you want to feel as a comic, is that you're like, I put out
just
the word,
happens.
I get it sealed within like, a certain amount of time, and then you feel like you don't have to blow your brains out.
Totally. It's weird too, man. Oh,
but I leave people waiting on the line, though. I will say I'm pretty bad at response.
I mean, emails are a nightmare. Answering an email is awful. It is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I've had everybody, my family and friends, chastise me. I've lost friends and just tell me straight up, like, you are just terrible at communicating.
Huh.
Do you hate me? What's going on? Oh, yeah. Yeah, all of it,
Oh, man.
And I'm like, no, I have depression, and it's very hard to talk to people. And I hate myself. So it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Wow. I feel like that was really pouring your heart out there.
Well, I just want people to know that they're getting the same Suicide Buddies content, just in a different wrapping.
That's interesting to hear. Yeah, that's actually very affirming to me to hear, because I will not hear from you for a while, and I'm like, does he hate me? That's interesting. And I'm pretty bad about it too, because I get it.
Our shit.
Y'all ever?
Oh, I thought you
cry?
were. It's been a minute since I've cried.
Me too.
I didn't cry at the end of our podcast. Oh wait.
I felt it welling up a little bit, but I didn't. I was talking to a friend of mine who was just saying they had like a really extreme cry recently, and it made me realize I haven't had a hard cry in like maybe a year or two, and that's weird because I used to have to bang one out like once a week. Oh yeah, dude.
It's almost like the Wolf of Wall Street when Matthew
Absolutely.
McConaughey's like talking about jacking off. He's like, you're gonna have to get.
You're gonna have
like
to
4 or 5 cries a day. I go in the room there, I have 4 or 5 cries on a couple prostos, come back out, make some sales. That's what it's all about, man. It's about crying on top of them titties, boy.
Hell yeah, dude. I fucking drink a little gin, watch an episode of The West Wing, look at a picture of my granddad. Fuck, dude.
He has a whiskey company? Yeah, he's like drink a whiskey.
What was I was gonna say something
banging out. You
Oh
haven't banged
yeah.
out a cry,
Some
a
of
good,
booking,
decent cry.
but before that, the booking thing, like for some reason, some bookings take so long. And then I just booked. I'm doing Fest again this year in Gainesville at the end of October,
awesome.
beginning of November, and then I'm like booking a little route in Florida around there, and it's not totally done, but I wanted to say it on the show. I'm coming to Florida, and I'm going to do a few cities all around Florida. I posted that I was in Pensacola, and I had like 2 or 3 people message me and be like, only Pensacola, huh? All right, dude. Okay, dude.
No, I know. It's like insane. Like, especially Florida, man. There's like 5 cities that, like, if you go to one and you don't go to the others, they're very vocal.
It's like, it is the hardest part of America to tour in because you have to go all the way down.
It's
and
like the
then
Texas
there's
scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, listen,
it's the only
I go once a year.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's the only region you can't go in a fucking circle. It's the only one. You just have to go down, and then you're like, all right, I'll go back now.
You see your own foot trail. And you're like, Jesus, when I was walking and the footsteps disappeared, where were you? Were you fucking my wife, Jesus? When I look back and I saw only one set of footprints, were you fucking my wife, Jesus? No.
Damn, dude. Fuck, man. I have a joke about footprints that is not as funny as that.
About the Jesus footprints thing?
Yes, and I've been
man.
trying to. I like it. I think it's good, but that is way better. And I've been trying to make it work for literally a decade, dude. And I can't.
Oh, you know what you should try doing? Screaming. That's what. That's my cover. When not funny, turn up the volume, dude. It's like at metal shows. I can't play the guitar. Turn
I
up
should
fucking
yell.
11.
Here, I'll tell you what my joke is, and we'll see if you like it. Okay? Okay? Oh no. Y'all ever put Hampton through this?
Sorry.
This is being recorded.
I know. Sorry. Dave.
So the joke is, my favorite. I love that poem, Footprints. The poem Footprints. If you don't know it, it goes like this. I was walking down the beach with God. I looked down. I saw 2 sets of footprints. Then I went through all this shit. My life got really hard. I looked down. I saw only 1 set of footprints. And I turned to God and I said, God, why did you leave me in my time of need? And God said, oh, no, my son. When you saw 1 set of footprints, that was when I carried you. And that is beautiful, but also good save, God. Hell yeah, man. Don't get caught in that lie. Holy shit. Yeah. God is a genius. That's why I believe in him. But your thing about fucking the wife is way better.
That's so good. Dude,
it's good.
Every one of my bits ends in don't
you
fuck
fucking my
I
wife?
swear to God.
That's how I feel about coronavirus.
This did just happen.
If your wife gets coronavirus, how'd that happen? You know what I mean?
What you fuck coronavirus?
Did you fuck a virus?
Did you go on
And
a
her
cruise?
name's Iris. Did you fuck a virus, Iris? And then everyone dies. Y'all get it.
Yeah,
coronavirus.
First thing, your first response as a husband when you find out your wife has coronavirus is you go to the doctor. You're like, so what's up? She's cheating on me? That's what this is about, right? I mean, because you better tell me, because the doctor's going to tell me if you cheated. He takes a test, a lie detector test. You hook up your coronavirus dying wife to a lie detector test. All right.
Okay.
Now we're gonna see. All right, because you've been saying one story.
Did you contract coronavirus from fucking the neighbor? What?
Tense
No.
music starts playing.
Man, thank you all so much for listening to our first episode of Y'all Ever. I want to say real quick, subscribe, share, give us ratings and reviews on iTunes. We haven't had to say this for Suicide Buddies in a long time, but rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher and all that shit. That helps. Also, follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/y'allever. We are now putting up a bonus episode every single week. And, you know that if you're a patron, and you don't know that if you're not. So you should go there and do that, because I want your money.
Dave, no,
did I say
credits.
Give me your money.
That would be a great way to end all Marvel movies.
Now give me your money.
Credits.
I am.
Stick
I
around
do
after
feel
the
gross that I said it
credits.
that way.
I
but
think that's honestly being remarkably transparent.
I
and
mean,
very
it-
real. No, honestly, you guys, this is like one of the coolest ways to support performers and artists is just
totally.
kind of directly give them money. If you like what we do and you want more of it and you want us to eat sandwiches, please.
honestly, that's why we doubled the amount of Patreon episodes that we're doing a month. We, I mean, 2 a month was good. And I feel like that was worthwhile, but we really want to double down on making shit for you and working our asses off on making great shit for you. And so we're putting out one a week, and I hope you sign up and like it. That's all. If you don't, and you're just listening to the free episodes, that's cool too. I love you so much still. I swear to God, I swear.
I don't think you can legally.
Well, no, I do.
I mean, at
I
this
swear.
point, it's like it's like you're invoking the Candyman. How much you're swearing to a higher authority. And they can. That's patreon.com/
Y'all ever
now.
Y'all
Okay.
dude. So, before on the last episode of Suicide Buddies, we gave you a prompt, and the question was, y'all ever do something dumb as shit because of your anxiety? And we got a bunch of emails from you, and so after the break, we'll talk about that.
Y'all get weird. Folks, these are the facts. If you look at Pentagon photos the day before 9/11, you look on the lawn of the Pentagon, what do you see? Barack Obama spreading his big old butt cheeks, goading the terrorists into action, and America's.
Well, and how would
Never
they,
slept
Alex,
again.
how would they have seen him?
Oh, I sent them. I sent
Oh,
them
I
to
see.
everybody in Al Qaeda. Looky.
Did you tell Barack Obama to go out there and do that so you could take a photo?
I can neither confirm nor deny how far I was involved in this plan, but
Why not? You know what you did.
I'm tired. I don't.
Okay.
I don't really remember. I believe
it's hard
it.
to. I'm getting older. My memory's waning.
Barack Obama was an operating alone, but he can be goaded into ways.
Okay. By you? A person he hates. A person he for sure hates.
Nothing, Dave, is closer to love than hate.
Okay.
We know that.
Wow.
We know
Man,
that.
you are
The real opposite of love is indifference. We know that. Dave.
You are complex.
There are
Alex.
Pentagon photos proving
Uh-huh.
that the opposite of love is indifference. It's not hate. Hate is close to love.
Are you sure he wasn't just spreading his butt cheeks to shit on the Pentagon lawn because he fucking hates those military douchebags? That's that direct quote from Barack Obama. I hate you military douchebags while he was shitting.
You look the day before
Okay.
at the World Trade Center, September 9th.
That's not the day before.
No, the day before the day before.
Oh, I see.
We're now going 2 days
Okay.
before.
Okay.
Day before,
Uh-huh.
Barack Obama
Uh-huh.
at the top of the World Trade
That's
Center.
the top.
At the top of one of the towers.
Okay.
Look at satellite photographic imagery. What do you see? Barack Obama playing with his big old penis.
I don't even know what we're doing.
I don't know if we're
I
back.
don't know what this is.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
That's a
Gotta
good point.
fill time. You know? I mean, it's about radio, Dan. It's about ad bumpers and Family Guy quotes coming in.
Oh man, so our question that we posed to y'all at y'alleveremail@gmail.com and 802-43-butts, that's the phone number, was y'all ever do something stupid because of your own anxiety? And we want to say real quick, let us know in your email if you want us to say your name or not, because I don't know, some of these stories you might feel are embarrassing.
Oh yeah,
We won't think anything's embarrassing because we are us.
But that's maybe a good warning, you know?
Totally.
Like, exactly. We don't care, but we sometimes forget that it
Totally.
might be, embarrassing to you. So whatever qualifications you want to put on the email when
We're
you
not
send
going
it
to
in.
say your name at all unless you tell us to. Also, we also just want to say the shorter the better. Not because we don't want to hear the whole story, but because, like most stories, it's easier for us to say on the show if they're shorter.
Oh, short.
So don't feel like you
yeah.
have to elaborate or
I
anything
think
like
short
that.
and sweet is the thing. That's, sometimes people start spinning off. Like I do. When I start writing an email, have you ever done this where This would be a good example of my own, like, doing something dumb out of anxiety.
Yeah.
Is I am, man, probably the template for I'll write 5 emails before I send the one.
Yeah, same. Oh, dude,
I
it
write
takes me
so many drafts.
Dude, for real. And you know what's funny? When I'm drafting out an email, it's so long. I write so many paragraphs. There's all these qualifications of me being like, I'm so sorry I'm even sending this.
Yeah,
oh God, God.
I just want to.
No. And then
man.
at the end when I edit it, I always end up removing most of what I wrote, and I'm like, oh, it's better shorter.
Yeah,
every time. But anxiety is a motherfucker,
I did
dude.
see this dumb YouTube video that was kind of talking
What
about.
was it called? What was it called?
It was literally about like how Russians talk versus how like Americans talk, and like the subtle differences of culture.
Got it.
And like a big one was like Americans go so far out of their way to be like, I'm sorry, is it okay if, but maybe.
Yeah,
like,
well, we all have guns. We're so scared. I'll get shot.
It's weird, yeah. It's like no one wants to intrude, you know.
Yeah, we are very touchy people.
So when I write emails, I'm just always like, I'm sorry.
I know, me too.
Sorry, signed Cuck Lord Hampton Yacht. Don't fuck my wife.
This first email is from Brian. The subject line is Dumbass Anxiety Weekend. Oh, I fucking can't wait, dude. Hell yeah, dude. What up, y'all? I have emetophobia, which is the irrational fear of vomit or vomiting. Oh, this is going to be fucking
Fear?
tight, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of natural. How do you not vomit?
I will say, not only is vomiting natural, so is fear. I
Totally.
I have
Yeah.
so much fear.
Fear of public embarrassment, you know?
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
Irrational fear of vomit or vomiting, it is just the worst thing to me. Something about the complete loss of control really messes with me. I luckily have a relatively mild form of it because it can be very crippling for some people. It really got the best of me one year, though. This particular time, people in my house started getting the stomach bug, and I started freaking the fuck out. I was so nervous I would catch it, I just immediately left the house. I just started driving around, trying not to go home all day. I actually wound up stealing a bag of weed from a friend, smoked myself into oblivion, and just drove down the highway for hours and hours, ignoring all phone calls from work, parents, and friends.
What about your weed dealer? You taking his calls?
Took that call.
Took that call.
After I got bored of that, I checked into a hotel, which I did not have money for, wound up skipping work for 3 days in a row, pushed my bank account into nearly negative $400. Then I slept in my basement for a week because I thought the cold would make the germs move slower and they would never catch me there. This guy is...
my God.
Dude,
Wow.
what's fucked up is that I totally understand.
Yeah, I understand on so many different levels.
Some
like,
things are
you know.
just so terrifying to you. You know what I mean?
And that sort of thing where it's like you keep making it worse.
Yes.
And I mean, but also like the whole time you're kind of like, this is dumb. It makes you feel really bad, honestly. That's the thing is like when you know it's kind of like a fucking dumb reason in a sense.
It's almost worse.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're like, wow, my whole life is going to be fucked up by this. Like I have huge anxiety like trying to like go to the bathroom like around people and stuff like that. So it's like I've like left parties, totally missed out on like super fun life moments because I'm just like
because you wanted to pee
shit, whatever.
Is that why you won't
just
pee on me, dude?
I know, and it's like it's funny because it's like the same brain that makes that dilemma makes jokes like that.
Right.
Like I could make a million jokes about like piss in my mouth, piss in my sockets, but like the fact is like if I'm uncomfortable, there's nothing I can't argue it. I can't argue it out of my brain.
Isn't it so interesting? I have this joke that I'm doing that's in my act now that I've been working on a lot, and I would imagine it's going to be a years-long process if it just sort of sits there and is ever evolving, because it's just a reality of my life that's not going to go away, which is I'm now, after someone who's like pursued this dream and worked very hard at it and gone to therapy and all that shit, I am at the exact same time confident in myself and incredibly anxious. I'm both.
Yeah.
And it creates these weird situations where I will literally, the example I use in stand-up is, I will be walking up to a restaurant and I'll be like, in my head, all that's happening is like, will people in there hate me? Will they try to fight me? Will they hurt me? Like, I have a big phobia of like, literally of grown men.
But like strangers.
Yes.
You can extrapolate this to like
and there's
going
very
into
specific
a business.
Yes. And I'll be like, if there are like large men in there, they obviously will try to hurt me because
Yeah.
that's what large men do to small little boy cucks like me.
Yeah. What if Papa John's is like an actual Papa and he's
Right.
Spank? Papa Spank.
And so it's going through my head like,
He takes the
what if
pizza
there is
paddle.
something, I'm just walking up to the door of this restaurant like, God, I don't know if it'll be okay. I don't know if it'll be
Yeah.
okay. And then I'll sort of shake my way up to the counter. And then at the counter, I'd be like, yes, hi, I would like a large pizza. That's what I want to eat. Me,
You're like a
Dave.
scared
And then
dog.
as I'm walking away, I'm like, did they like me?
Did they like me? I like the way that guy made the order. He shouted.
It's like-
He said all the ingredients loud. I like that. That made me feel safe. Dude, we're all just dogs. Like, what the fuck is this?
We're
Like,
so-
the minute we're scared, I'm like, I should talk louder. Everybody, I'm not scared. Not scared anymore. Sir, please.
I remember one
This is a
time
Planned Parenthood.
when I was-
I'm not scared that my girlfriend's pregnant anymore. I'm not scared to talk to people, honey. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down.
Dude,
Shut
I
the
remember
fuck up.
I had this very earnest, real moment with someone that said something so shitty to me when I was really young in comedy, like really early on, maybe the 5th or 6th time I ever did stand up. I answered a Craigslist ad for a bringer comedy show at the Comedy Store. And if you don't know what a bringer is,
Yeah.
that's when they book you, but they say you can't go up unless a certain amount of your friends pay to get in.
They're like, you're booked, but we forgot the audience.
Yeah. It's a way
Do
to
you
fuck
wanna
with
bring
young comics
Yeah.
in order to make them money, and
They're
they don't
playing
pay you. They don't pay anyone but themselves. It's bullshit. So but I didn't know, and you don't know when you're young, so I agreed to it, and it was the Comedy Store. Ooh, I get to do the comedy.
They sell comedy.
And
in the
it's the store.
It's the store of it.
It's not like that comedy hospital over there where comedy's dying.
They've got Andrew Dice Clay on a shelf.
Sam Kinison used to scream at women right here.
Honestly, I'm jealous. That's what it is. Pure jealousy.
So they also the guy who did it was especially devious because the language he was using was like, "Hey, yeah, you're on, and we got you, because it's like a main room show, so we really want our heavy hitters in there." He called me a heavy hitter to like butter me up and make me feel. So I had just moved back to LA from Fresno, and I didn't know anyone, and so I was just like, "Well, I'm just gonna do it and tell some friends, but if they don't come, I don't know what can I do." So I did the show. After the show, the booker comes up to me holding the like attendance sheet or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, Dave, man, there was literally no one who came to see you, dude. What happened, bro? We were counting on you, man. What happened?" I looked him dead in his face and said, "Dude, haven't you ever felt alone?"
Oh, man.
I know.
I believe in sports. We call that a bingo. I believe
I
the
actually-
sports win.
It would have
for
been
that.
amazing if I meant it as a joke, but it was completely serious. I think I actually even said, "Haven't you ever felt alone in this world?"
You ever felt alone
In this
Dude,
world.
You know what's funny is I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
the guy who just does that? Who did it? I don't know if he still does it anymore, but he was the guy
Yeah,
during
yeah.
that entire time. And just to say that to him is pretty fucking hysterical.
He just stared back at me and he was like, "Well, yeah, okay, we're not gonna have you back." And I was like,
Well,
"All right, dude,
well,
I
man.
know."
can't do that, man. Sorry. I thought you'd be like Dane Cook and have a huge following or some shit. Like, what do they expect? Why would you chastise new comics for not bringing enough people? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Do you have this person was a comic. You didn't
Yeah,
you
in
started
theory.
comedy. You fucking know what it's like. That is the worst part of your life.
No, he's like the kind of person who starts comedy and like week 2 has like business cards.
Right.
So fuck off. You
Sure.
know?
Sure. Wait, is that bad? Because I did that.
No. Well, you did worse, dude. You started a comedy show in LA and gave a lot of opportunities to young comics.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And the show was free, and I didn't ask anyone
What
of
the
the
fuck
bookings.
is wrong with you trying to help out the local scene? Why didn't you go every one of the comics go, yo, Scar Brothers, where's...
Dude, I remember
Where's
actually
the
one time I was
tickets?
at Haha Cafe, and a booker there was talking to me, and he was like, he saw me at the mic, and he was like, "Hey, dude, we got to get you on a thing here. You just got to make sure to bring 5 friends." And I had been running my show, Holy Fuck, for like 2 years. And I was like, "Oh, hey, dude, I can't invite people to things because I have a free show that I run." And so I put all my promotion into that. And he goes, "Get some fucking friends, bro." I was like,
I
who are
don't
these
think you
people saying awful
heard
shit to?
what I just said to you. There's,
Well, that's my
run
point.
A good.
That's my point.
Wow, damn.
He so didn't hear me that was like a
I know.
programmed thing.
I know.
He thinks, and
It's like self-sabotage.
he so often says get some friends to people that he said it to me robotically.
Some friends.
Like, what a piece of shit. You know,
One,
like-
yeah, it's like
How do you say that
just
to
don't
someone?
say that to people because
Ever.
like you have no idea like how bad your day's been. Like, but I mean, just
Yeah.
that's almost like, hey, I have a bad business strategy. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Hey, I invested a lot of fucking money into this.
My business relies on people I barely know having friendships.
It's
So fuck you.
Damn.
Dude. Okay, so there's one last paragraph in Brian's email. He says, luckily I started therapy right after this episode, which helped a ton. I still get nervous about catching vomitous illnesses, but I'm able to manage it usually. I was also dealing with some serious grief at the time of that episode, so I'm sure that really didn't help. Anyway, that was the time I went broke and almost lost my job because of my anxiety. Good
Wow.
times. Peace, Brian.
Well, damn. I mean, that's a big, clue.
Yeah, dude.
Little puzzle piece at the end is like going through grief.
Everything.
It's like your body's already like mounting up this anxiety,
right.
and then sometimes it's just like, especially with anxiety, it's so weird that it's like, I think it's so much harder to explain than depression, which already depression is like impossible to explain.
know.
You know what I mean? But like
Anxiety seemingly comes from nowhere.
anxiety starts affecting your whole body, and it's like this tension that doesn't get relieved.
Yeah.
So then, as well as you're having anxiety about one thing, it starts affecting the other parts of your life. And all of this body tension and this constant feeling of exhaustion, this
Yeah.
constant feeling of being tired, well, guess what? It leads to depression.
Yeah.
Depression is, of course, its own thing, but it's like this is a big reason they go hand in hand.
There's also like, I mean, you're talking about this situation where you like almost lost your job and spent all this money you didn't have. Like you were saying earlier, you make one choice that's because of your anxiety, and that takes you further away from feeling okay. And you look at it, and that makes you anxious, and so you just keep acting on this anxiety, and before you know it, it's snowballed, and you're like, I'll never get out of this pit I've dug for myself, and it's just not true.
Yeah.
But if you have anxiety or fear problems, it's just like that. It's just how it feels.
It's so similar to every other sort of medical situation,
Yeah.
basically. And, happy Super Tuesday, folks. But I love the fact that, like, healthcare is being talked about so much.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, like, if these things, say your anxiety, and these things don't get to grow to become financial hardships, it's like you've saved so much of like the American, economy and spirit through just helping people not lose everything the moment they can't, afford medication and shit.
Totally.
There's so many people who have reached out to us through our last podcast that were like, I was kicked off my insurance and shit like that.
Right.
And it's like this spiral that is like, the whole, really a tough.
It's good. It's a good spiral.
Spirals are good.
It's a good spiral.
Oh, wait, what are the good spirals?
Name
s-
one bad spiral.
Okay, spiral graph. That's one of the
Oh,
good spirals.
The-
Spiral from the X-Men.
The downward spiral by Nine Inch Nails. Very good.
Fuck yes.
Good spiral.
Thank
Hell yeah,
you.
dude.
Thank you. Some spirals are good,
I want to fuck you like an animal. You
but
know
it's
what I mean?
like, especially with
I was talking to Trent Reznor.
wanna fuck you.
He's here. He's behind the camera. By the way, we have video of this, and we are naked.
Folks, there's video of this online. This is being distributed. You can find this podcast right now. Dave is playing with his pee hole as we speak
It's true.
on this podcast.
In fairness, my pee hole is big, so it takes a
Yeah,
while.
it's like a windsock at the airport.
It is, dude.
It's fucking enormous.
Yeah, it looks exactly like one of those tube men.
I get in there like it's a sleeping bag.
You
I
do.
curl up.
Yeah, you do.
It's a big old pee hole.
It's a big old
Dave's
pee
playing with
hole.
his big old pee hole.
Inside my pee hole is very comfy.
When I come, a fully grown child just walks out of my dick.
He's actually over 30.
He's over 30.
When I come, it's a 30-year-old man.
He has a
comes out of-
mortgage somehow.
Yeah, totally.
He's grown.
There's a whole world inside my dick. There's a whole world. I'm so sorry for this riff. I'm
Well,
really sorry about it.
What's so hard about
Your dick.
anxiety and depression as these kind of medical problems that you're dealing with is that it's so hard to talk to people about it or to have anybody really realize what your situation
for me.
is. Like when Dave's struggling, the world fucking stops.
Dude.
We're all calling you every minute. How are you?
Yeah.
Can you do the podcast?
Yeah.
Do you want to have the podcast?
Yeah, everyone I've
Yeah.
ever met is ready to listen to me.
I always feel pretty alone. That
Yeah,
no one
totally.
understands me. And it's like, it's kind of it's just so different. Like, you know, if I bashed my face, like I'd have a wound I could point to and be like, so you feel pity for me.
Yeah.
But if you're like, people are like just watching you like self-sabotage.
And they're like, what's
oftentimes-
wrong
yeah,
with you?
I do it all the
Yeah.
time. I'm always like, that person's a self-saboteur. This
Yeah.
person's fucked up, you know? And it's like, the truth is, and you've said this before, it's like you can't really engage with other people's lives a ton. And you really can't expect other people to be, you know, like, Dave, how are you? I can't help but notice
Exactly.
you haven't called me in 2 days. You must be sad.
I mean,
you
that's
know?
an
Like,
extra. I mean, the thing is, when you're in a pit of like anxious freaking out or bad fear or depression, you feel it. And you're like, there are people in my life who claim to love me. Why
Aristotle.
aren't they here for me right now?
Aristotle, looking at
you. Why aren't they here for me right now? But the reality is, yeah, you can't place those expectations on people because, frankly, they have a life and you don't know and they don't know. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard to relate that to people, but it still doesn't make it any easier. It's really, really difficult to be heard
Yeah.
because of the fact that we're all going through shit.
It's almost like,
yeah.
I'm kind of glad we're no longer putting the pressure on, you know, your friends to just notice everything. Like, I just want healthcare that manages people's
I see what
mental-
you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this is great.
That's true.
Because it's like, we've tried it. We've tried, like, you know, it's always great to, like, have a circle of friends that'll
Yeah.
check in on you. And that is kind of the ultimate goal to being really mentally okay is, like, generally, if you have a bunch of friends that you're always seeing, like, you're not like, man, I have all these fucking friends I gotta go hang out with and have fun
Right.
with. You know what I mean?
Yuck.
Like, that's generally like what we're all hoping to get to.
I mean, I will say one of the goals with this show is, you know, that this was Suicide Buddies. We were talking about the darkest of the mental health shit. I would really love it if, yeah, this show is about sharing stories and us all feeling less alone, knowing that this shit is all relatable, you know? And as this goes on, I would love it if there were an episode for every single possible thing you could be going through. And so, because, like you just said, there have to be all these resources that aren't your friends. You can't point to one thing to fix you whenever you're going through shit, but we do need fucking help all the time. Yeah, it would be nice if our insurance would do this for us. If we could all have regular therapy.
You didn't have to worry
Group
about
therapy.
going
But how cool would it
broke.
be? There are also a bunch of podcasts about mental health, and hopefully over time there will be some episodes of this that, like, you could be like, oh, if I go listen to that, they talk about this. Maybe that'll remind me that it's okay, kind of thing. That's, I don't know, one of the things I would like to
Subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/y'all-ever.
Oh,
give
fuck.
us the relatable money.
Fuck you.
Oh, the only relatable money.
All right.
Fuck, dude.
I got one. Hey, buddies. First time emailer, long time listener. Cool. Have I ever done something stupid because of my anxiety, you ask? That is the all-time best prompt. Thank you.
Yeah, who
To
hasn't?
get it, you focused us in a way we can't do ourselves. Well, the other day at work, I was walking down the hall and someone passed by me all of a sudden. My anxiety often manifests in being startled really easily, so I screamed and jumped in front of a couple of coworkers. I started to apologize to the person, except there was no one there. I was literally scared by my own shadow.
Holy fucking shit. That's amazing. That makes me feel better.
Wow.
I do shit like that all the fucking. My roommate and I, Chris Charpentier and I, we are both like that.
Oh, yeah?
And so we try to get each other all the time.
Scare each other?
Yes.
You guys are pulling fucking...
Yeah, spooks.
Punked
We're trying to
jackass
punk
pranks?
each other. Yeah.
My name's Dave Ross, and this is the prank Chris Charpentier challenge. Check it out.
One time I got him so bad that he parks his car. There's a balcony right over our front. Like if you walk out our front door, there's a railing right there, and if you lean over, you can see where he parks his car. And I just sat there waiting for him to come home, and he came out and he walked up, and I just yelled, "Hey, man!" And he just went, "Oh, fuck, dude!" And he didn't talk to me for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
He was like pissed.
nah, friendship over. Friendship over.
You scare me once,
Shame on me.
I'm gonna put your head through a fucking wall. You scare me twice, I'm gonna start screaming.
Scare me 3 times.
3
Shame
times?
on you.
Candyman.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I get scared, you know, and
Yeah.
it's interesting how that'll still, you know, happen as an adult.
Yeah,
It definitely
dude.
makes me feel embarrassed because I feel like a
People
child
see
again.
you. Well, I mean,
I feel like it's a child to say, like, it's
Yeah.
usually like hello. Like I've done that amount of times I've done that, you know, are terrifying.
and you're in like a
and
crowded
I'm
train
like,
terminal. Hello?
Oh yeah. Who's there? Someone's
There's like
there.
a lot of people there.
Hey, if you're there. Hello? Every time
Yeah,
I've
we're
done
here.
that, kill me. I could die. That is exactly
I
the
know.
voice of a man who's ready to. Hello? Yeah, and I mean, one time I fucking. Dude, this freaked me out so fucking bad. Is like I had to go check on like one of my parents. They're divorced, so it's my dad's place, and I'm you know, I go
Dads
to
are
check up
scary.
on it, and no one's supposed to be there,
Mhm.
and there's a van there that I've never seen before.
Man.
And I'm like, whoa, okay. And my dad like lives in the woods, and
Oh,
it's like no one. And also to
That's
get,
when I get scared
Yeah,
in remote
yeah, yeah.
locations.
And,
Oh.
dude, this has happened to me so fucking many times in Virginia.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh man, I've got another good one too. It's like the amount of times I've been scared fucking shitless near the woods, and it's like, yeah, to get to my dad's house, you know, you got to even go down like his driveway, which is another fucking thing. So no one should be there. No one ever comes down. You know.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm with a girlfriend at the time, and we have some groceries, and I just go, whoa, what the fuck, dude, this isn't good. And there's like sporadic lights on. I'm like, okay, oh shit. And I grab like a bag and I put in a soup can and I like
Yes,
twist
dude.
it around to make like a mace. And I'm just like,
And you like hit yourself in the face accidentally.
I kill myself in front of her. You solved the crime. You take care of it.
This is why you get Progresso.
I gotta tell you, I voted Progresso. I am a bit of a Progresso.
Oh, I like Bernie Sanders because he's the Progresso candidate.
He's the Progresso candidate. You know that motherfucker eats Progresso. And with crackers.
You can see it in his.
You can see the amount of Progresso
his
that dude
gait.
eats. You know Fox News will use that as a fucking slam on him. He can afford Progressos. Apparently Campbell's chunky. You know, which is usually fit for only for dogs. He doesn't. He thinks he's too good for. Anyway, so I fucking get this mace going, and I turn to my girlfriend and I go, "Okay, someone's in there, and I'm
I'm
gonna
breaking up with you.
Listen, you're a total bitch. Like, I would rather die.
Swinging a
Than,
soup
I
can.
would rather
fucking-
die than deal one more second with this shit.
Okay, so you're swinging a fucking soup can with
I'm
the love of
swinging
your
around,
life.
getting it hype like Thor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Italian wedding.
Yeah,
Fucking.
Italian wedding, dude. That's the thing, you know. Italian wedding will cave in a man's skull.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be doing any of those lights.
This ain't no
you know,
minestrone can.
yeah, no
thin cans.
no
you know?
sodium-free Progresso. This is
A
legit.
30-pound can of fucking soup.
This
dude.
is uncut Italian wedding. People died for this soup. There's Italian mobsters in the grave for this soup. Anyway, I tell her, I go, like, I'm gonna go check. Turn on the car, get in the driver's seat. Have your phone on. If I'm not back in like 1 minute, you know, I don't know, check, but like, get the fuck out. You know, like, we'll see.
Man.
And I just get the key, you know, where it's hidden. I open up the door. And I'm like creeping into the house. And, hello? oh, like, and man, scared. No one's responding. I'm scared shitless. And then like literally, the basement is open. And I know there's
oh
like,
my God, this is so
there's
scary.
like a ton of shit.
I'm scared.
Shit. There's a ton of shit
Man.
in there, and I'm like,
And you got the
oh,
soup?
Fuck.
What's your name?
I start making the soup. I'm like, oh, dude, first hurdle is over. Now I gotta eat. I get my strength.
It's so scary, and you have the soup. I
For
feel
the
like we should
beating.
call you Eli Broth. Eli Broth.
Oh man, yeah. Somebody cuts my Achilles tendon with the top of the Progresso can. I'm scared.
Top of the can.
I'm so fucking scared.
Eli, wait a minute.
Eli Broth.
Eli Broth.
Eli
it's
Broth.
all soup-based torture.
Soup-based torture. All right, I'm in, man. This is a whole nother podcast. Though. This is great. Soup-based torture.
Yeah, like, hey, how do you think you're gonna do it, man? Part of me makes me like, makes me want to do it slow, like get in there and just boil them slowly over time. But then sometimes I just want to get in there and just hit him in the head with the can. You know what I mean?
I will fill up this college student's belly full of gumbo. He will explode with gumbo. The gumbo will spill out of his nostrils and eyeballs filled with the chicken gumbo from Progresso.
Insane.
That's
I
my
will pour
sick fantasy.
scalding hot chowder on his head.
It's so dumb because I really should have just fucking left.
So you went in.
Yeah, I went in and I'm like, oh, and then I see the basement's open, and I get to the top of the stairs, so I know I have like at least
Is your girlfriend with you, or is she like in the driveway?
No, she's in the car.
In
Yeah,
the
she's
car,
got the car
okay.
ready to go, and I was like, if I'm not back in a minute, like kind of check, make
Get
sure.
in the car, load
But,
more
like,
soup cans into
Get the
bags.
fuck out, like yeah.
Make some more
Save
weapons.
the soup. You must save the soup, no matter what happens to me. Promise me, I will find you in the soup. I will find you. No matter where you go. And so I just kind of work up the nerve to give up, like, hey, motherfucker, like, if you're down there, get the fuck up here. I'm going to fuck you up. Like, just get the fuck out of here. And my dad's like, what? I start crying. I'm like, what the shit, man? What the shit? And I'm like, stomp down there. Dad, what the motherfucker? And I'm like, you are supposed to be gone for like 2 more days. I'm also kind of mad. Like, I was bringing my girlfriend over to have sex or something, and I'm like, what the fuck? Dad,
if I'm not gonna get laid, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
He had gotten in a car accident and gotten a different car, not told anybody.
Wow.
And he'd been home a day early.
Man, what a dick.
I can't blame him on that one. But man,
Yeah, of course.
that is the most like. I tried in the moment. I was like, you buy a new car, tell me.
my God,
you
dude.
just park it there. You know I'm gonna visit.
This is so funny.
Damn, I was scared. I've got some more fucking in the woods of Virginia, but let's do it on the Patreon.
Yeah,
I've
dude.
got a good one for that.
We're gonna read some more of your emails about this on the Patreon, patreon.com/y'allever, which I still feel bad about the way I talked about it in the first half, and I'll probably never get over it. I hate capitalism, and I love you. Please like me. please, God, please like me. Dude, that was one of the funniest stories I've ever heard.
Thanks.
Yeah. And thank you so much for writing. Did she say we could say her name?
Yeah, here at the very end. You may share my name so that everyone may know my shame. Ariel. And thank you so much.
Ariel, thank
That
you.
is, my story is by far more embarrassing than being scared.
To get startled, I mean, like...
I was going to bash in a man's head with soup.
Dude.
I was fully prepared to fuck someone up, but
Can I
scared
say,
out of
though?
my fucking mind.
No, you weren't.
I don't know,
You
man.
were mentally prepared, I think, is
I
what
know.
you're saying.
I did realize how stupid it all is in retrospect. Like, I should have just left, right? If I had any feeling that I could possibly get hurt.
Yes.
But I was like, hold on, baby. I do this a lot.
That's cool.
I honestly do this quite a bit.
I actually do like that.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
had this happen a lot of times. Like, let me see about this.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's dumb.
We should both leave.
I should just leave. Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah. Call the insurance company the
So
next
my
day.
girlfriend and I walked up to my house, right? And there wasn't anyone in there, or so I thought.
If I get
The basement door's open, and I hear someone in there yelling, anyone who walks in, I'm going to fucking kill. And I was like, baby, wait here. And I went in there with 1 can of soup, and I fucking died.
And then what a good version of that story is like, I just, I see my dad, and then I just wait longer than a minute.
And you just
for my
kill your father?
For my girlfriend to
Oh.
like come, and like I'm waiting with my dad to like just scare her.
Oh, wow.
Scare her with soup. Ah!
Oh, man.
God damn. This has been an awesome first episode,
Dude,
man.
I'm fucking pumped. I love this so much.
I'm so
excited
psyched.
to do this.
And thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to write us. We appreciate you so very much. Check us out on the road. We've got these road dates coming up.
Yeah, DaveToTheRoss.com and HamptonYunt.com. We're hopping all around the country, both of us, and doing some shows together all throughout the year. Check out his new podcast, Nice Bum, Where You From?
Oh, thanks,
with
dude.
his wife.
Yeah, Nice Bum, Where You're From. It's another podcast I do with my wife. It's less about mental health than just completely dumb stories about where you're from. Check it out if you want.
Bums.
We appreciate it. Yeah, bums.
Yeah, we love you so much. And I guess it's not our catchphrase anymore, but glad you're alive. You know what I mean?
What
I
if
guess
I
we don't-
refuse to say it?
No!
I'm just like pissed off. Yeah, I agree. Let's keep it.
Our new catchphrase is, y'all ever die?
No.
What? Oh,
no. All right,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
We'll see you next week.
Glad you're alive.
Scorpions Avenue.